What's up, friends? My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. Welcome to Sim Sunday. Today we're going to be checking out the Squid stick. Very cool little Express ELRS USB dongle. The dog's coming down the stairs. Why is the dog coming down the stairs? Yeah, I have not done anything with this yet, so this is going to be the full-blown, like, fresh out of the box reaction. We're going to try to bind it on ELRS 2.5, which is on this module, and if that doesn't work, we'll try it on USB 3.0, which is on this module. See how easy it is to bind, and then figure out how it sort of works in Velocidrone. I think maybe it'll just work. I think maybe I'll just bind to it, and then Velocidrone will magically work, because, you know, this is set up to go through the USB cable. So, in theory, this is going to get roughly the same commands that it's putting into the USB. But we'll find out together. What do you think of that? This is available over on... Is it ELRSSquidstick.com? Hold on, let me see. I have the website up here. Yep, ELRSSquidstick.com is where you can pick one of these up if you're interested. before or after we review it. I just dropped it into the chat for you beautiful people. This is also a mailbag stream. You get to check out my mailbag, and they're all Q&A streams. So load the chat up with any questions that you've got, and we'll talk through them, and I'll give you a proper answer rather than the 4-word answers that you get, which are wrong on Facebook. Cool? Michael, so this stream is a little bit late today because I had a gig in Alpharetta for Atlanta Autos. They are a exotic car dealership, and they brought me out to their dealership yesterday to get some B-roll-ish stuff. Maybe not really B-roll, but yeah, to get some cool stuff. That's what you were just watching. That was the tiny lifter. When I got there, they were running a little bit behind staging the cars to get them ready. So I was like, hey, why don't I fly around your service bay a little bit and give you some fun stuff for there. They're like, cool. So put the tiny lifter up in the air, flew through the empty engine bay of that Range Rover. That was pretty cool. They were like, oh, don't show that. We don't want to show that we had to pull the whole engine out. I was like, yo, if you have the ability to pull a whole engine, that's a good thing, man. Like that means you're a full service shop and that you can like get the job done without having to send it out to somebody else. But yeah, I don't know. I get it with a dealership. They want to pretend like every car that they sell runs forever. Well, you know, that kind of makes sense. But I don't know. I look at it from the car guy perspective where I'm like, if I bought a car from a dealership that had the ability to swap an entire engine, I'd be happy because yeah, that's going to get the job. Like, God forbid the engine ever has to get swapped out. If they can do it in-house, it's going to get done a lot quicker. And in theory, they've got better people working for them since they're a luxury dealership. So yeah, that was kind of funny. We were laughing about that. Yeah, there was a car show today in Alpharetta that they were at. So they were like, hey, can you come back today? I'm like, sure. So I was doing that from 3. I got there at like 3. And then I got out of there at about 4:30. No, I guess I got there at 2. And they actually just texted me. They're like, hey, you available tomorrow? I'm like, sure. It's got to be during the day though. And they said, yeah, perfect. They want me to fly their showroom tomorrow. So yeah, a couple of good days of gigs. I'm pleased that work is still coming in. Flying work, at least, is still coming in. In the chat, Michael Kajas. Another Trucking FPV channel, Troy Prelog, Brandon Woodford, Northern Tier, Denzel the Terrible, CMYK FPV, Douglas Otwell, Minty FPV, Gert Jan, X, Simo23, FL Engineer, Ram Donko, Denzel the Terrible, Rock Crawler, FPV Flyer, Hockey Rounds, Free Lojo. What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming. Welcome to the insanity. If you want to talk directly to me, all you got to do is type CiottiFPV. If you do that, it'll light up an orange like this. I don't know that you're talking to me. Brandon Woodford says, hey, everyone. And the Gangly himself, what's up? Denzel the Terrible says, so CiottiFPV is playing with Dongle today? I am indeed. No, I'm playing with somebody else's Dongle today. Mike Guy says, yo. Rock Crawler says, what's up? Yeah, so ELRS This is the little fella. He's got a bunch of different colors. It's some sort of an Arduino something or other. Does it talk about it here? I don't know. But there are binding instructions, which is great. So let's click through and... All right. So we've got 2 buttons on the back of this thing. By the way, the case for this thing, the TPU case is made by Brain3D, which is awesome. So we've got a USB boot button. What is USB boot? Betaflight pass-through. Hold down ELRS boot button while plugging in the dongle and release when plugged in. Flash express LRS using your chosen bind phrase. Blah, blah, blah. I'm hoping that I can just... push the ELRS boot button. Wi-Fi flashing. This is just flashing stuff. In theory, I don't need to flash it. I'm hoping that I don't need to flash it. But let's just leave this, page open because, you know, you guys know me and ELRS and our relationship. Hey, look at this. I didn't know that this was out. This is the other thing that just like a minute ago, I saw a post on Facebook about. So this is NewBeeDrone's ultralight frame. And this is the frame for the last like 6 months that I've been hiding from the camera every once in a while. Beta FPV sent me this. NewBeeDrone rather sent me this in 3 different materials, actually. And I tested all of them and gave them a bunch of feedback. And I hadn't heard that it had fully come out. So this is really cool that this thing exists. I've got a couple of V1s here. They made them in different materials for me. And so I tested each different material. I think this is all 3. Is this the other V1? Nope, this would be the other V1. Yeah, so here's the V1. They sent it to me in a milkier color, a slightly clearer color, and a very clear one here. And they're all a little bit different in terms of the bendiness. I tested these. So this frame is set up to use, or technically not use, this carbon fiber brace. With the carbon fiber brace, it's not really any lighter than any of the other frames out there. Without it, it is. And it is lighter weight even with the brace than the Cockroach frame, I believe. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know which one of these is the final version. Like, I've got 1, 2, 3 of the first gen that they sent me. And then they sent me these 2, which I'm sure... I'm exhausted, by the way, guys. I apologize. It's going to be a very yawny stream. I did not get much sleep last night, and I've been just cranking all day. I guess these are the same plastic, so I guess this is the production. In theory, this is the production version, but don't quote me on this. Do they have a weight on their website? They do, 2.8 grams. All right, so let's take a look on my scale here, what these guys weigh. And let's figure out what 2.8 grams is. Is that with or without the carbon fiber brace? So one of these, hey, 2.8. Okay, cool. So 2.8 grams are these more recent ones that they sent me. So that means that these are the production ones. The carbon fiber brace, once you add that, 2.8 grams becomes 3.7. To give you some idea, the Beta FPV Meteor 65 airframe is 2.8 grams, 2.7 grams. And then the Cockroach frame is closer to like 3.3, 3.4, 3.5 grams. This is not a Cockroach frame, but this is very, very similar to it. Jeez. Man, I'm whooped. This is probably not going to be a 2-hour stream today, guys. I got to get all the footage pulled off. I got to get all the batteries discharged, get everything ready for tomorrow. And then, yeah, I got to be up tomorrow to charge and check and do all the things. So, yeah. So I have not really talked. So I will do a probably this Whoop Wednesday. The stream will be surrounding these beta. Why do I keep saying Beta FPV? NewBeeDrone asked me to not really show this or talk about it on the stream too much. So I really haven't. But now that it's out, I certainly can. I tested these. I tested all 3 materials of the prototypes, and then I think I tested the... Yeah, it's all dirty. I tested these as well. I only tested them with the carbon fiber brace, though. I didn't realize that it was designed to not... I thought it was designed to use the brace, and when I was kind of doing this number without the brace, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it's obvious that they designed it without the brace. What's interesting, though, is that, like when I take this guy and I do one of these with it, and then I take the Meteor 65 airframe, this is way, way more floppy. Like, originally with these, I did this little number and I was like, oh yeah, that's like the floppiest frame ever. But like this frame now is even more floppy. The crown frame is probably about the same amount of bendiness. So yeah, I didn't think to not use the carbon fiber brace because it was pretty flexible. But on their website, it very specifically says configuration, this frame can be used with or without the carbon fiber brace. When used with the brace, weighing around oh, look at that, they tell you, weighing around 1 gram, bring the total weight of the frame up to 3.8. It exhibits significantly less frame resonance and noise, making it ideal for freestyle and normal flying. For racers seeking the lightest setup, removing the carbon fiber brace shaves off weight and ensuring an agile and nimble flight experience. So, yeah, this will be cool to test this against the other ultra lightweight frames, and I think we're going to do that this coming Wednesday on Whoop Wednesday. I believe what I might do is put the Hummingbird into this. That makes an awful lot of sense, right? At the moment, the Hummingbird is in the NewBeeDrone airframe. I would love to, yeah, get a NewBeeDrone rig into a NewBeeDrone frame, and then that'll also give me an excuse to abuse that Hummingbird, Hummingbird board a little bit more and put a bunch more batteries through it. So yeah, looking forward to testing this thing. I actually have 2 of them. I might use this other one on the, I might swap this Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoop that's in the crown frame that broke on Friday into this frame, because it would be nice to see if I have to change the tune at all, right? Like putting it, like when I moved this from the Meteor 65 frame into the crown frame, one of the things that really impressed me is that I didn't have to back the tune off, even though this Weebleed crown frame is a lot lighter. With the Beta Meteor 65 air frame, I do have to turn the tune down and the filters up because the frame is so much more wobbly from it being lighter. So yeah, that was a really impressive thing about the crown frame. I'm super interested to know if the NewBeeDrone lightweight frame, where it will stand, right? Will I be able to leave the PIDs alone on this, or will I have to pull the PIDs down and increase the filters? So yeah, that's cool. I'm really looking forward to that. My experience thus far with this frame is basically that because of the carbon fiber brace, as we talk about all the time, it was extremely hard on motors. I had a set of, so I had a very lightweight build on this, 702 motors. They were actually a prototype motor from Jesse, crazy KV. And all 4 of those motors are now wrecked because of the carbon fiber brace. Essentially what happens with Tiny Whoop motors is they have a 1mm motor shaft down the middle of the bell. And so that motor shaft sits up like this, and when the propellers get hit sideways or from top, it tries to bend that motor shaft. And so if you've got your motor bolted down to a rigid carbon fiber brace, all of that energy from every single crash goes into trying to bend that motor shaft, and it does bend that motor shaft. And once those motor shafts are bent, the bell of the motor wobbles like this, and that creates all kinds of vibrations, and the rig starts flying bad, the motors start getting hot, and it's just no good. With a regular Tiny Whoop frame, without the carbon fiber brace, when you get all these collisions that push into the propeller, the motor base moves. See it? So the motor base will move to absorb some of that impact, and that keeps the motor shafts healthier for much, much, much longer. Kind of forever, to be honest. I've not really, on the Meteor 65 frame, I have never really had a motor shaft that has been wobbly enough that it was causing issues. So yeah, this is one of the things that I talk about a lot in reference to why I don't run the fractal frames. I absolutely love that the fractal frames get the ducts out of view, but every fractal build I've had has been really hard on motors, and that's kind of a deal breaker because it's, yeah, I want something that's really durable. I don't want to have something that's constantly changing its state of tune as I crash it and the motors get really banged up. So yeah, looking forward to checking this out. I'm going to put one of these right below this rig here. Might as well throw it over here. And then I'm going to take the other one and put it below this NewBeeDrone rig because we might as well try this NewBeeDrone rig out here. What's the difference between the Meteor 65 Air and this one real quick without the brace? Meteor 65 Air is 2.5 on my scale. This guy is 2.8 on my scale. So 0.3 of a gram difference. This is very close in weight to the WeBleed Crown frame, but a little bit lighter. Yeah, kind of can't wait to see how this thing does. As a comparison point, we've got a whole bunch of lightweight frames coming out. It's really, really cool. I'm tempted to use the carbon fiber brace, but I'm not gonna because I don't want to wreck. Well, I don't know. So this Hummingbird build has the NewBeeDrone 702s on it. Maybe they're magically stronger. I really doubt it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna use the carbon fiber brace. I'm gonna run it without the brace. I've run it a bunch with the brace. It made pretty short work out of that set of motors, and then I said, okay, let me not do this anymore. I can't keep destroying motors. So yeah, if you're gonna get this frame and run the carbon fiber brace, make sure that you're not crashing hard. If you start crashing hard with this brace on, you're gonna ruin your motors. Cool. What are these? There's a little bag of infinitely short screws in here. I'm guessing these are the crazy short screws that you need to run when you're not running the carbon fiber brace. The bottom of the board has like a little pocket in it that the carbon brace notches into. So without the carbon brace, the thickness of the bottom plate of this frame is really, really, really thin. So it's going to require potentially shorter screws so that you don't hurt the so they don't hurt your motors. So you don't drive the motor screws up into the PB and wreck the motors. So yeah, I'm thrilled that I can actually finally now talk about this frame. To be honest, so much time had passed that I kind of forgot about it a little bit. Let me get caught up on chat, and then we will dive into the squid stick. Rockcrawler says, "What's up?" Freelojo says, "Nice." Freelojo is printing the Mark Rober Nerf blaster. It's not really a Nerf blaster; it's like an ant blaster. Weirdly, I just watched that. I didn't watch the whole thing. It was just kind of on in the background, but I watched a bunch of it. Rober tried to make the smallest, well, he did make the smallest Nerf blaster ever. It ended up being like on the atomic. It's a cool video. You should watch it. You should watch everything Mark Rober does, but if you probably already do, but yeah, it's really cool. It's a really cool video. They talk about they dive into compliant. I think it's called compliant designs that use bending points in the design so that the material that the design is made of doesn't have to have a hinge. It basically has a living hinge type of thing. And yeah, it's just compliant design is something that has fascinated me for a while, ever since I realized that first I heard of it was when they were using it on the space shuttle to let the thrusters point in like different directions and just, yeah, it's just cool stuff. So yeah, check that out for sure. Gertjan says, cutting blades 1 or 2 millimeter, is that a no-go? They just touch the frame a bit. Typically, yeah, that is not going to work, mainly because it's almost impossible to cut both or all 3 blades the exact same amount. You're usually going to cut them too much or too little, and then that's going to throw the balance of the propeller off. What you might do is just run them. You said they're touching the frame a little bit. Just run it like on the floor behind you, and just let it hit, and it'll self-clearance. It'll clearance enough eventually. It'll clearance enough of the prop, and by doing that, it's almost like it's on a lathe, right? So it's gonna keep the propeller balanced usually, or you can run it in turtle mode if you want to spin the props backwards. When you do a build that has ducts on it that are like this, and the propeller rubs on the ducts, one of the things you can do is turtle mode, because with turtle mode it makes upward thrust and that bends the propeller down a little bit. So with turtle mode, typically the ducts are angled. It'll flex the propeller down a little bit, and that'll rub itself in on the duct. It'll make a terrible noise, but it'll self-clearance. And then when you're out of turtle mode, the propeller will pop back up, and it'll be the perfect little gap there. And then when you're flying, the prop blade is going to raise up a little bit because it's making downwards thrust, and then you'll have even more room. So that's my preferred way of shortening propellers. Another Trucking FPV channel says, this is going to be fun, schedule for a part 2. I think he's referring to the fact that I struggle with ELRS sometimes. So it might take 2 days to... ELRS sometimes takes 2 days to bind for nobody knows what reason. But yeah, hopefully this is not one of those scenarios. We'll find out though. NewBeeDrone has managed to make their stuff bind very easily, so maybe Squid Stick has discovered the same secret sauce. I certainly hope so. Hockey Round says, sidebar question, what packet rate do you prefer for ELRS? I think I run it on like 250. 500 just seems like it's a bit much. But yeah, 250 or one notch below 250 I feel like is a good kind of middle ground. If you're doing super long range stuff, you're going to want to keep coming down lower and lower and lower on the packet rate. But yeah, from what I've seen, ELRS gets crazy range anyway, so you can afford to do the higher packet rates. So all right. NewBeeDrone Cockroach V3 brushless ultralight frame. Happy days, my friends. Looks good going by the 2 reviews. Cool. Let's try to figure this thing out. So it's got 2 buttons. Let me take another quick look at this. Okay, so the ELRS boot button is the one that's farther away from the plug. All right, cool. So I think they said that you need to hold that button. So let's get, so the first thing we're going to do is get the Squid Stick bound up. So let's fire up the transmitter. This is the ELRS module that's on 2.5. So let's get this going here. Get this module into binding mode. There we go. All right, so it's asking me to press to set and bind request. I'm going to hold the button on here and plug it into USB. I think it said that's what I needed to do. Oh man, that's easier said than done. Come on now. Okay. The USB port is on a little thing that sits flat against the table, and if my finger is on the boot button, I can't plug it in. But I'm lifting the thing up off the table. Come on now. Oh, okay. I was trying to put the USB thing in upside down. Now I can plug this in upside down. Now the bind button's on top. So holding the bind button, plugging it in. All right. We've got a flashing green light. I'm gonna go back into bind mode here. Bind mode, press to send bind request. Green light flashing over on the Squid Stick. This says binding. Still flashing over on the Squid Stick. This thing doesn't say binding anymore. Hitting the button again. I bet you the Squid Stick is on V3. Squid Stick is still flashing green. So let's put the V3 module in here and see if it'll bind up. Peter Nicholson with a 20-pound super chat. Thank you, brother. He says, loving the live stream. Keep it up, CiottiFPV. But would love your opinion quickly. I've obliterated my Mobula 6. What would you recommend as my new whoop for an off-the-shelf buy? I don't think it really gets any better than the Mobula 6 ELRS, to be honest with you. I've yet to find anything that can really hold a candle to that. off the shelf, and then also with upgrades. I mean, the thing really comes alive with upgrades. Some of which are plug and play upgrades, like the motors. Some of which you do have to solder, like BT 2.0. But yeah, I think the Mobula 6 is still really the go-to. So let's try this 3.0, this module that's on 3.0. Come down in here to bind mode and press the send button. This thing is now no longer flashing green. So let me unplug it. I'm going to hold the button down again, and I'm going to plug it back in here. All right, I've got flashing green on the squid stick again. Let's send the bind request. And nothing. Try it one more time. Nothing. Okay, so there's a chance that you're not supposed to hold down the bind button. This in here talks about, like, if you're going to use beta flight pass through, hold down the boot button. Let's just try plugging it in and just hitting the bind button. So it is plugged in. Oh, okay. So when you plug it in, it flashes green. Let's just try going right into binding and see what happens here. There's actually 2 lights that are flashing green right now. All right, they're both still flashing green. Let me hit the button. See if that changes anything. I just tapped the bind button. Nothing seems to have changed. Let's try tapping it again. Nothing. I'm going to try tapping the USB button. Okay, nothing has changed. Let's try the 2.5 module. I feel like a lot of ELRS stuff is in bind mode the first time it fires up. I'm kind of hoping that this is one of those scenarios. So let's get into binding here. Bind mode. Press the send bind request. Both of the lights are still flashing green. One of the lights just... Oh! Now the light is flashing quickly. It might have just bound. Let me just... Oh, no. It's going into Wi-Fi mode. It's been plugged in too long. It's going into Wi-Fi mode. Okay, unplugging it one more time. Let's plug it back in. And we're going to send the bind request. Both green lights are flashing. Sending the bind request. I feel like the one light might have started flashing a little bit faster just now. Maybe. Let's hit the ELRS boot button. See if that changes anything. Tapped it. Press the send bind request. Binding. Nothing. So I believe that you cannot bind this thing over the air. You have to do one of these 2 methods, either Betaflight pass-through or Wi-Fi flashing. And now this is where ELRS kind of falls apart for me typically, and this is where the binding typically takes 2 days. But let's dive into it. And we'll see what's going on here. So we're going to try the Wi-Fi flashing method. So it says, plug in the dongle without holding any buttons. Wait up to a minute for a Wi-Fi network for ExpressLRS to show up. Connect to this network. Password is just ExpressLRS without quotes. This is a process that we've done a whole bunch of times, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to leave the 2.5 module on here. I don't know what version this thing is on, but we'll try it on the 2.5 module. So it has been plugged in long enough where it is now quick flashing green. So there should be a Wi-Fart. Hold on. I have to see if... I should be connected via Ethernet, but I need to double check. Ethernet is connected. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So I can go to a different Wi-Fi network without losing the internet. So here it is, Express LRS receiver. So we're going to connect to that. And now sometimes it'll just pop up a thing. Let's give it a second here. Nah, nothing. That's okay. We're just going to grab this, open a new tab, and go to 10.0.0.1. Carbon Eye says you are doing everything but what you should be doing, which is plugging it in 3 times to enter bind mode. Let's try that. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't look like it's doing anything different. Both green lights are flashing in the exact same pattern. But let's send the bind request. Nothing. Let's try the 3.0 module. And the menu here. Bind mode, press to send bind request, binding. Nothing. So Carbon Eye was wrong. That does not work. Which makes sense, you know. The Squid Stick fellas have the binding instructions up here, and the binding instructions don't say that you can plug it in 3 times, which is why I didn't do it. But it's worth a shot. Let's get back to their website. All right, wait up to a minute. Wi-Fi network express RLS show up. Connect to this network. Password is just express RLS with the quotes. Go to 10.0.0.1 and the browser, which is not working. But let's try it again. In the browser and upload your intended ExpressLRS binary. More data. Okay, so come on now. Freeloader says turn off the radio for Wi-Fi mode. Transmitter's turned off. Why is it not? Oh, well, hold on. Actually, that's why. Okay, we're not connected to it. It just started quick flashing, so it should show up in a second here. It's not on 3. Well, your method, Carbon Eye, still didn't work on 3.0. I tried that. That's the second module that I put in. So even if it is on 3.0, powering and depowering 3 times is not the way. I mean, it's connected here. Oops, I shouldn't have clicked that. Let's connect it again. Give this a shot. Hey, there we go. See, that's the kind of, that right there, for example, is where ELRS really falls apart for me. We did all those same steps, and it just wasn't working. And then we screw around for a minute and do the exact same steps, and now all of a sudden it works. Like that has been my ELRS experience top to bottom, and that is why ELRS takes 2 days to bind, because the first day stuff just doesn't work for no real reason, and then the second day magically things work. You do the exact same processes, you do the exact same, you know, and it just magically works. It's very, very, very frustrating. But once you get it bound, it's incredible. So it's kind of worth it, sort of, for those of us that have been around a long time. Can I not make this window bigger? What world are we living in? What year is this? Okay, can't make it bigger. Okay, so it looks like it's actually on 2.5. So let's go back to, I would rather it be on 2.5 because that's the module. Robert Roderwork says user error. Yeah, for sure, user error. But I mean, unfortunately, I'm a user that is far more experienced than most users. So if I'm having this problem, many more people are also going to have it, as also evidenced by the fact that I've gotten hundreds of messages from people who also have problems with ELRS over the last, like, however long it's been out, 6 months to a year, I guess. So it's definitely not just me. I'm not a computer technician. I have no background in anything computer related. So in my opinion, I'm sort of the perfect guy to be testing this, because there's not like a requirement in FPV for you to be an absolute master with computers. If you think that that's not, if you disagree with me, you're allowed to, but you're wrong. Okay, so I would like to leave this. I'm going to leave this on the current firmware We just need to get it. We just need to get the binding phrase set up, which should be super easy. Although I haven't done it in a while, and I kind of forget how to do this. Model match. Hold on. Join network. Okay, I think maybe we need to do this. I think we need to do this. Well, hang on. Let's fire this up here. I'm probably gonna have to update this. I haven't run the configurator in a while. Minute. Browser upload your intended Express LRS binary. More details. Process is the same. Okay. Yeah, I don't really want to update it. I'm fine with it being. I prefer for it to be on 2.5. I just need to. I just need to get it bound. Come on now. Hey. Okay, so. Oh wow, they fully don't support 2.5 anymore. That's super annoying. Well. Shit, if I'm going to do it through Wi-Fi mode, I don't use this. Jesus, it's been a while since I've done this. Can I just use the model match? Man, it's been a while. Hold on. Hold on. Let's take a look over on expresslrs.org. ExpressLRS's website does have an unbelievable amount of info on it. So, like, no matter what, with enough time and effort, you will figure it out on their website. But, man, it might take a while. It usually takes me a while because there's just so much info on here. And it just gets kind of crazy. Let me just take a look here. I don't want to update the firmware. I just want to get a bind phrase in here. I might need to do all that. Oh God. Oh my God. Rabble, you're starting to piss me off, dude. Don't be a dick, please. You don't have to be here. You can go. Sounds like I'm pissing you off, so you can split if you want. Just don't be a dick. That's my rule. All right, so man, I try not to do this on the I try not to have to sit here and like read through instructions on the stream because I know it's terrible content for you guys, but I really want to try this thing out. And yeah, I think I have to put my my thingy in here and then do a build and then upload the build with the binding phrase in it. Come on, man. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna try to stay on 2.5. I'm fine with being on 2.5. Device category. Not sure which one. I think it should say it here though. There we go. DIY 2.4. Awesome. DIY 2.4. Got it. And then device is gonna be DIY 2400 RX. Oh wow, there's a whole bunch. ESP 8285 SX 1280. Okay, great. Well, shit. Let's try the Betaflight pass-through method. Actually, let's do that. Let's try the Betaflight pass-through method. Since we're going to be working in their configure. Oh man, this thing gets warm. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Yeah. So it says hold down the ELRS boot button while plugging in the dongle and release when plugged in. And again, the ELRS boot button is the one that's closer to the edge. So let's do that. And let's hold that down and plug it in. All right, cool. So that's now flashing green. I've got probably 60 seconds. Release and plugged in. Flash, express bind phrase and options in the bop. Okay, great. So 80. Shit, I had the right one. Okay, I'm still on the right one. 2.5, great. That Betaflight pass through, awesome. Standard mode. There we go. Standard mode. There's my binding phrase, and think we are good. Or I might need to choose one of these. Arduino. Yeah, there we go. USB modem, Arduino. Cool. Build and flash. Let's see if that works. I think maybe that'll work. I need something to drink. I'm going to die. Ugh. Yes, there's water in it. Ah, wonderful. All right, let's see what happens here. It's doing things. It hasn't turned red yet. Hey, the lights on the squid stick stopped flashing. Yo, we might be good to go here. That was pretty easy. Being totally honest, following the Betaflight pass-through instructions here, so if you were absolutely brand new, all you would need to really figure out is the binding phrase itself. You would need to figure out how to get that onto the module. And they didn't call out how at the bottom of the Express LRS configurator you would have to choose it. Other than that, though, as long as this works here, yeah, that's a super easy way. I think we're good. Pass-through done. Reset to bootloader. I think this is the first time that the pass-through has ever worked for me. I've tried this pass-through on a ton of different receivers, and they have never worked. It has never worked. Holy crap, it worked! Good Lord, is that nice? Jesus. Okay. So should be good to go. Let's fire up the controller and the transmitter rather, and we'll see what happens. I'm assuming that the flashing green should just go solid green. And I might need to cycle power to the squid stick. Look at that! Solid green. Okay. Very cool. Betaflight pass-through. If you get yourself a squid stick, do the Betaflight pass-through to get it bound. That is certainly the easier option. And I mean, it looks like it's only one of it's only one of two options. The Wi-Fi flashing. I'm sure I could have figured out the Wi-Fi flashing thing if I'd watched Joshua's video or whatever. But this was cool. I'm glad to have finally gotten ELRS to bind through the Betaflight pass-through. That's fantastic. I don't know if maybe the newer version of the configurator is better with the Betaflight flash-through, and the problems that I used to have were because the configurator was on an older version or something like that. Frankly, I don't really care. I will try Betaflight pass-through in the future to see if it'll work. What just happened here? Upload videos. Where did that go? Oh, I don't know. I accidentally grabbed the tab and pulled it out of my main window, and I don't know where it was from. Where you at, Velocidrone? Velocidrone's coming up. Let's get some of these windows moved around a little bit. And Okay. Terminal the hell out of here. All right, so we're gonna go multiplayer. Should we do tiny whoop things again? I don't know. I wasn't all that impressed with the tiny whoop stuff. Let's do big quad things. Okay, so we are going to host a session called CiottiFPV, as we always do. Let's pick a track that we haven't been to before. Let's try. Guess that's inside the nightclub. That would be insane. Let's try Night Factory. I think I've done Night Factory before. Hold on. Mini Warehouse. What's that mean? Let's try Mini Warehouse. Fast Worker. This is probably gonna be too small, but might be all right. Might be all right. You never know. Oh, this is gonna be too small. This is a tiny whoop map. Oh God. Okay. All right. So it's not working yet. Let's. I shouldn't have just jumped right into a. I shouldn't have just jumped right into a. Into a map there. We're gonna go to controller, and look at that! It picked it up. Raspberry Pi Pico unconfigured. So we are going to. Assign controller, maybe? Move a stick on the controller. Okay, mapped axis display. Okay. Assign sticks, maybe? Okay, follow sticks. Center. Alright, centered. Follow sticks. Okay, up. Okay, right. Come on, I did it. Oh shit, this is gonna be jacked up. Hey, come on. Did it. Center sticks. Okay, move roll stick right. Okay. Stop moving sticks. Move pitch stick up. Okay. Okay, stop moving. Move yaw stick right. Come on. I'm moving the yaw stick right. Okay. Move throttle stick up. Come on. Okay. Oh, that's not good. The throttle is inverted. The yaw is correct. Oh, this is backwards too. What the fuck? How did that happen? Why is that backwards? Oh boy. Legacy controller menu maybe? Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. This is a Velocidrone problem. This is not a Squid stick problem, for the record. Okay. First center, 0 all sticks. Next move an axis to assign it to the throttle. Okay. Axis 0 is already in use. Replace. Yes. Replace. Okay. So. Alright, so it's backwards. So click this. Now we're good to go. Awesome. Roll is going to be axis 1. So we want roll is this. So, okay, no. Roll is good. It's just backwards. Okay. Roll. Yeah, roll is fine. It's just backwards. Let's fix that. Good to go. Left, right, forward, back. Good. Yaw left, yaw right. Throttle up, throttle down. All set. Good to go. Fire, we're going to put on the... No. Fire, we're going to put on the momentary. You can't put it on the momentary. It doesn't... I don't have it set up to send that. That's fine. Flip over after crash. We don't need that. Arm, we don't need that. Flip over, don't need. Okay, cool. We're good. And legacy for the win. Multiplayer. Continue. Create session. We're not going to do mini warehouse. Let's do... I don't think I've done Apocalypse. That could be fun. Apocalypse freestyle. All right. Here we go. Hey, look at that. The squid stick works. I mean, at this point, I don't really know what to say about the squid stick. Like, it works. Like, it does its, you know, at this point, what I can say is, like, it's nice to not have a wire sticking out of the bottom of my transmitter. Like, that's that's awesome. The flip side of that is going to be that this thing is going to run the battery down in the transmitter. So what you could do at this point, I already have it on 100 milliwatts, so I have this thing turned down. You could turn the output power all the way down on your Express LRS module, and that's going to help it run, you know, with battery life. The only problem I can see with doing that is that if you then go out and fly and you forget to turn the output power back up, you could have a failsafe. You should be keeping an eye on your link quality and RSSI anyway. But yeah, that's one of the things that you have to kind of remember with it. Doesn't seem like it has any latency. Man, is it snappy as hell. This is cool. I've got the other transmitter that I usually use for simming is on OpenTX. This does not feel... and I thought maybe I could feel the difference between this. This is my main transmitter that's on OpenTX, not EdgeTX. I think a minute ago I said OpenTX. I meant to say EdgeTX. Yeah, EdgeTX is supposed to have less latency in the simulator. But man, this feels really good. I wonder if... I'll betcha that connecting this via ELRS like this eliminates that weird thing. I think that increase in latency with OpenTX is because of USB. Because when you connect via to a quad via Express LRS on OpenTX versus EdgeTX, there's no difference in latency. And that's what we're doing here, right? Like nobody knows that this is hooked up to the simulator right now, right? The transmitter just thinks it's sending out ELRS signals. Well, I mean, it is. The transmitter is sending out ELRS signals. And then the squid stick is just taking those signals and sending them into the computer. So that's really cool. That's kind of fantastic. I wonder if I can... I guess I can't also hook up... I almost want to say that this feels like it has less latency. Maybe? Like, this just feels very crisp to me. The placebo, when it comes to latency, is pretty gnarly. And it's a good way to make an ass out of yourself. So I'm not going to... And plus, I think that if I hook that other controller up wired... I'm going to have to reset up the controller. Because I had it hooked up. And I had to set this one up different. You know what I mean? Blindly doing that. That's not a good thing. Ah! Getting all tangled up. This is a cool map, yo. Apocalypse. Probably not a great map for somebody with a slower computer. But if you got a computer that has some ass... This is a cool looking map. Oh man, the dog is going absolutely banana shit bonkers upstairs. So, we've entered the apocalypse, my friends. Is there a gap through this bus? Looks like there might be. Jesus, I am not used to 30 degrees of up tilt. There is. Bus gap life. Oh! Too low on that power loop. Too low. Get out of here, power lines. Oh boy. Ah! We'll give you guys a stick overlay. Oh! Power line trying to get me. This is a cool map to practice flying and diving. What are you? What are you? Oh, it's a tree. Yeah, these high tension power line things. See if we can get the dive. We got it. We got it. I'm not great, but I can do some things. Let's try it again. Oh boy! Yeah! Oh, that was awkward. Oh, the tree got me. The polygon tree got me. Oh. Gross. You guys can join in. The room is CiottiFPV. And it is a multiplayer room. This is a great map, actually. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite maps. Let's see if I can do this. I was wondering if those two buildings lined up properly. Hockey rounds just entered. Oh! It bounced off the ground up into the bottom of the truck. I hate that. That's funny, though, because that's very realistic. That's something that gets me all the time when I'm trying to shoot really low gaps like that, is that you just touch the ground, and that spikes the PID loop, and then that bounces you up into the bottom of the thing that you're trying really hard to go super low under. Oh! Nah, I didn't give it quite enough. That's one of my secret favorite moves, is that you throw up over something, you pitch forward, you come to this point, full throttle, and you can throw yourself back. It's almost like a rewind. It's like a really cool rewind. Isn't that fun? I don't do it as often as I should. I used to do it all the time, and then I kind of felt like I was doing it too much. And I stopped. That was ugly. Get in there, Lewis. Yes. Oh. Slams right into that. Oh, shit. Okay. We got there. Yeah. Just let it hang, my friends. Just spend more time off throttle. That's my recommendation. Fall. Nope. I was hoping that would fall down in here. And then I could play this little game. Oh! 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 Oh boy. Had to bail on that one. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Wow, I'm having a hard time. 24-hour diner. Oh boy. Oh! Where's that building? Oh, there's that building. Oh, scraping the ground on that one. Can I get into that dive gap? Nope. Oh man, did I try though. There's a boat over here. What's this boat doing? What you doing, boat? Ooh, there's a lighthouse. Look at this. Lighthouse dive! Ugly. Ugly, 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 ugly. Lighthouse dive! Oh god, why? Dive the lighthouse, you goon. Uh-oh. How can we dive this lighthouse with that thing up there? I guess there's not really a good way. There's an open door up there, though. Let's see what's in there. Maybe there's some secrets in there. Maybe we can go in and get blinded. Oh my god, 30 degrees up tilt. Why are you so obnoxious? Ah, I was more than halfway around. What a kick in the dick. That's how not to do that, by the way. If you're gonna do that little pitch forward throw thing, make sure you don't over rotate. You got to rotate just enough to show the subjects that you were. There you go. That's really the goal right there. It's like with you fully rewound it at that point. So you fucking throw it, and then you show it, and then you come back, and then you go out your business as if nothing ever happened. Get in there. Ah! Thought I might be able to get into those power lines. These buildings have any dive holes on top or anything like that? I guess just the slots in the bottom. Although, what's this stairwell? Is this stairwell opened? Let's see. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, it's just black. I don't think you're meant to go in there. I could be wrong, but... Oh my god, there's tents on the roof. This is a crazy map. There's all kinds of little stuff going on. Tents and a recliner, nice. Yeah, this is my kind of apartment right here. Generator, a couple of tents, recliner, and a picnic table. Oh my god! I just barely made it over this rooftop. That was cool. Hiya! Oh! Oh! We're in the ruins. What are we going to do in the ruins? These are opened. Hold on. We can go in here. Wow, we could go in here if we weren't such a shitty fucking donkey. Look at these stairs. They're so dark. How are you supposed to see anything? Oh, it is open. Look at this. I don't know. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. So there's a wall around the town, it looked like. Nope, there's no wall. I saw a wall, though. Where's that wall at? There's the wall. It's a partial wall. Oh my god, I just slammed right into it. What a donkey. So we got a wall, but then there's some stuff outside. A little, oh come on. A little hangar here. Oh, I still didn't make it. I did the double power loop and I still didn't clear the damn roof. Where was that at? I think it was over here. There it is. Found you! Fooled you! A little large 10 action here. There we go. That's better. That's better. Ooh, those are close. Oh, God, what did I do that for? Uh-oh. What's this? What's this? Look at this scaffolding here. Come on. Let me in. Scaffolding. Oh! Rejected by the pole. This is a crazy map. Look at all this stuff. There's a tunnel? I'm sure it's not going to let me go far. Yeah, it's closed right there, it looks like. Let's make sure. Okay, yeah. Ho! Power lines eat me. Yeah! That's exactly what I was hoping for. What's this, an Audi? I once heard someone pronounce it Audi, and I could have beaten him to death with a shovel. What the hell is that? It's an Audi. That's what it is. It's an Audi. Looks like it has a Volkswagen badge on the back, but I don't know about that. We got a Crown Vic taxi. Everybody knows those. And I think that would be a Ford news van. Although, ha! Look at the news van. The news van is all like post-apocalyptic armored and shit. It's got a big old bull bar on the front. Protective window. Oh my god, that's cool. Velocidrone devs are the best. What's this thing? The hell is that? Is that like a metal detector? I think it's a metal detector. First and last time anyone's ever power looped a metal detector. What's in here? What's this, a little diner? Nothing. There's nothing in here. Oh, boy. I tried to just pull a really close little backward pitch thing there and just clipped it. Hey-ya! Wait, what is it? Oh, it's an arcade. Look at that. Where's the damn arcade games? Come on. Arcade store hunting. Anything in the store? Nothing in the store. Anything in the hunting store? Nothing in the hunting store. That's what I was trying to do a minute ago. Gas station! Oh! Oh! Little food market. Oh, shit! Who's in front of the food market? What are you doing, Polygon female? Just hanging out? Hanging out with a teddy bear? Okay. Anything in here? Any food in here? No. Empty shelves. Hi! Yeah, so I guess another benefit of the squid stick is that you don't have to. Freelojo just slammed into the wall right in front of me. You don't have to go to EdgeTX if you're lazy like me, and you want to stay on OpenTX. You can get lower latency in Velocidrone by using the old squid stick, squid stickeroo, and you can be wireless. What's Freelojo flying? Flying one of those box frame things, it looks like. Yeah, he is. TBS Oblivion, maybe? Oh, a helipad! Look at that! Alright, well, I mean, it's time to land. This is where we land. Alright. Gotta make sure we land in the middle of the H. God forbid. There it is. All right, we've landed. Let me get caught up on. Chat a little bit. Oh my god. Oh, I cannot wait to go to sleep tonight. And that is very rare. I usually have a really hard time sleeping. I usually don't want to go to sleep because I got so much to do, so much I want to do every day. Denzel the Terrible says, set up a model in your transmitter just for Sims. No need to remember settings then. You know, that's, I already have that, actually, and I just forgot about it. I have a model on my transmitter called Simulator, which, oh, wait, no. Yeah, no, I can't do that. I have a model on my transmitter called Simulator, which shuts off the, it stops transmitting to save the battery. So I wouldn't be able to do that. Kevin Sumner says simulator latency on OTX is because of USB. Yeah. And they says you got there. Yeah, we did. Kevin Sumner says I flash everything ELRS through Betaflight patch through. Rockcrawler says, does it show an SSID when you plug it in? I don't know. We got there though. And I only got pissed off at one person and caused them to more than likely leave and unsubscribe forever. Sorry, Rabble. But we have conversations on this channel a good amount about unsolicited advice. Although you weren't really offering unsolicited advice, you were just being kind of mean. Which is unacceptable in all cases. Another trucking FPV channel says, I had it a few times as a pain at first, but then I've had the same issues with Crossfire Nanos. You know, I've had like maybe one issue with a Crossfire Nano, and it was just blown up. Crossfire for me has been just totally dummy proof. Freeload just says, turn off radio for Wi-Fi mode. We're good there. Nate Adams says, anything I can do beyond being careful to give a buffer and not loose video. What's that in reference? Oh, here we go. I guess that's in reference to Nate's previous comment, which is, I have a bad habit of flying my 1S, 2S drones to 3.5 volts per cell. No issue with my analog drones, but Mobula 8 with 03, the video dies when I fly below 3.5. Had it happen pulling out of a dive. Anything I can do beyond being careful to give a buffer and not lose video? Yes, Nate. Set up your warnings to happen earlier. There is a, in Betaflight, there's a battery off on the, for you guys, it's over here, off on the left side. There is a battery tab, and in there are 2 warnings. Whatever those warnings are at, move it up by 0.1. So if the one warning is at 2.9, move it up to 3.0. If the other warning is at 3.2, move it up to 3.3. And then see how it is. If it's still warning you too late, move it up another 0.1. Eventually, you'll get those warnings to the point where, yeah, tiny whoops die a lot. Like every other rig that you've got, when you get those warnings, like you've got a little bit more time. What you're dealing with now is with tiny whoops, like once they give you the warning, they just fall on their face and it's just like over in a hurry. So by putting those warnings earlier, you can just be normal, and whatever amount of time you're used to, just keep bumping those numbers up until, you know, it feels right. And that way your tiny whoop is leveled out with all the rest of your rigs, right? You don't have to like remember like, oh, I'm flying my tiny whoop now. I got to make sure I come home earlier. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say. You could technically move them up by 0.05 at a time, but I think if you move them up by 0.1 at a time, you'll get to where you need to be. It's a really good question, dude. Oh, yeah. Peter Nicholson, thanks again for the super chat. Very cool of you. Hey, this is my full-time job, friends. If you like these live streams and would like to see them continue, I rely on you for support. Head on over to CiottiFPV.com, and there's a million ways that you can support me. Patreon is the best way you can support me, and it's going to get you a ton of cool stuff. There's also an Etsy store where you can buy some stickers and some random hardware that'll help you on your next build. There is a Teespring store where you can buy some shirts. There is a Fiverr page where you can work one-on-one with me. Take advantage of someone that's got almost 8 years in this with a lot of really good info, that's actually willing to spend time with you. Not many like OG pilots are willing to do that and share all of their knowledge with you. When I was new, I would have paid $100 an hour for that just so that I could stop wasting hundreds of dollars on components that catch on fire and just generally not knowing what the hell I was doing. So take advantage of that. It's a really big deal. If you're 6 months into the hobby, after an hour with me, you're going to have the knowledge of somebody that's like a year and a half into the hobby. All the info is out there, but it's really difficult to sort through all of the wrong info on Facebook, typically, and get the real information from people that actually have any amount of knowledge. Yeah, so I got your back, yo. And then I have a whole bunch of affiliate links. Anytime you're ordering something on the internet, think about your content creating friends and try to find an affiliate link to that website. Most websites have one by now. So yeah, I have them all listed up on CiottiFPV.com. Off the top of my head, Get FPV, Oh My God, HD0, We Bleed FPV, and a whole bunch more. They're all listed out over on the website. Thank you, friends. Kevin Sumner dropping the CiottiFPV.com link. I love it. Oh man, Maggie sent me a question and I think I took too long. All right. Back in the sim we go, my friends. What time is it? 6:20. All right, let's do Let's do. Um. Luke FPV says, "Can we start a race here?" I said, "Freestyle for the win. No racing allowed." Yeah, let's do like maybe another 10 minutes or so in the sim, and then I think I'm gonna shut this down. I need to. I might actually need to take a nap. I really try to not take naps anymore because it just ruins me at night. But it's 6, and I'm just like falling asleep, so I might actually need to just do it. So that's a pretty cool. Hold on. That's a pretty cool little movement there. So if you're inside somewhere, stop it! Stop it! No! 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 Leave me alone. All right, ready? Here we go. Oh my god, that is a really cool reveal. It's very confusing, which I kind of like. Ooh, there's a power cord coming out this one. Wait, what's happening here? Hold on. Is that a person? Is that a little Lego person? No, it's not. It's just a... Oh, you fart bag bastard. Where's that building at? Here it is. Okay. So let's see what it looks like there. Jesus, I cannot get this. My God. I cannot get this thing to stop sliding around. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time in the sim. Probably because I haven't simmed in forever. Here, let's try. I didn't get it quite right on that one. I didn't. So the trick to this little thing that I'm doing is you need to chop the throttle at just the right time, so that because you're going to be pitching back, and so your thrust vector right now is down, right? So you're thrusting straight down. You're going to spill a little bit of thrust rearward to get moving. But when you do this move and you pitch back hard like that, you need to hang on the full throttle for just a split second, just enough time to kill that forward momentum. Let's try it again. Oh shit, I'm on the wrong floor. Need to go up a floor. All right, let's see. Here we go, this is the one. Oh, that billboard came out of nowhere. All right, let's try one more time. I'm not gonna stop trying. The window is all offset and it's all weird. This is a bad window to be trying it on, but it'll look cool if I can get it right, because we'll go right down that rope. Here, ready? Almost. See, I went out. See how I was sitting out too far. If you hang, nice. If you hang on the throttle just the right amount, it'll suck you into the building, so that you have a nice tight dive. You could even do that on the roof here. You could even do that. This would be easier to practice it here. It's not gonna look as cool, but like, yeah. See how I didn't hang on the throttle long enough. Watch my stick overlay. Watch the pacing of the throttle chop versus the pitch down. Ready? See, now that was right. See how I stuck to the side of the building? It really is all about like letting the throttle hang. I'm sorry, chopping the throttle ever so slightly after you go pitch down. Here, I'll give it to you again. And I didn't do it quite enough that time. You see me getting pulled out off the building. Oh! Oh! Couple little corrections there. Kept it right in the tunnel. Ah, that was sucky. Here's what I was trying to do. Just trying to do this. Oh, and I missed it again. Oh my God, the wheelbarrow. Try it one more time. There it is. That is as close to a trippy spin as you're ever gonna see me do. It's the exact same. It's the exact same. It's basically 1/4 of a trippy spin. It's just the beginning of a tail in orbit, and I just think it's a really cool looking, kind of mind bending, but not like trippy spins to me are just very jarring and very dizzying, and they just look awful. Like, you show anybody that's not like a really seasoned FPV pilot a trippy spin, and they're gonna want to throw up. Like, they're not gonna want to watch your flying ever again. But this little partial tail in, it's basically like a tail in 90. Actually, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's the. I think it's actually the opposite. A trippy spin would be. Yeah, see, I'm rotating outwards and then throwing again. That's not the same thing. Doing this as a trippy spin would mean that I would go out and then in. Hold on. I would go. Yeah. I would rotate. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around this. So we can rotate outwards, but I don't want. I want to rotate inwards. Yeah. So that would be more of a trippy spin there, and that's how I'll do it around like the corner of a building. Like, it's a really cool way because you can look in at the building, and then wrap around and throw it around the corner. But if you're trying to go into a gap like this, you're not going to want to do that because it's going to be too much rotation. You're just going to want to Camp Lackawanna. You're just going to want to throw it like that if you're trying to do it through a gap like this. But if you're going out around the corner of a building, I highly recommend you do one of those. Although I didn't even do it quite right. So the easy way to think about this is you come to the corner, you look in at the building, and then you throw yourself over. And that was pretty ugly too. But yeah, it's one of my favorite ways to... There it was. That's a lot closer. I put a little bit too much rotation in there now. But it was kind of cool because it let me... Oh boy. It let me leap over the entire side of the building. Oh god. Alright, yo. I'm gonna stop yawning in your faces. It's about that time. Let's do another like 5 minutes. Let's put on some music. And I'll fly around here hard. What do you think about that? What do you got for me, Epidemic Sound? You got anything good? FTW is for the win, yeah. I've never heard of it. F the world. That's interesting. What's this? No. Why do you keep suggesting this song? Never suggest that song to me again. It's completely overplayed. Why is it suggesting all the same songs? That was up too loud. Alright, I think we're gonna do that one. Alright, we're gonna do this one, and we're gonna let it roll into the next one. So, here we go. My God, I love flying to music. Look at this coffee cup. It's about to spill over. It's about to fall over and kill someone. Oh man, that second song was kind of good too. I'm going to download that, use that in an edit. Oh, I crashed into the coffee cup. Yeah, Travis Sawyer, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Much appreciated, brother. Oh my goodness. Woo! hour and 40 minutes. That's a good stream length. Hold on. One more song. This song's called Streamer. Maybe it's not terrible. Let's try it. That's a good place to stop. Thanks for hanging, friends. Whoo, boy. Man, the squid stick. That's nice. That is nice to have. It's funny. Model's still powered. Thinks it's still hooked up. That is really nice to have the low latency ELRS link. And not have to screw around with any Lua scripts. You know, ELRS has a Bluetooth connection that you can use, but you have to do it through the ELRS script, and then if you have to change anything on the transmitter, you got to deal with the script with the Lua, and it's just, you know, I don't love Lua script. So yeah, thumbs up for me. The squid stick is awesome. I'm just gonna use this from now on when I sim. This is just gonna live right next to the little USB hub over here, and I can plug it on in when I want to sim, and away we go. And I can use my normal transmitter with the ELRS 2.5 module in it. So yeah, great job. Let me show you guys the website one more time and drop the link one more time, real quick. It is. Where did it go? It is ELRSSquidstick.com, and then it's called the Squid Stuff, which is just hysterical. Here's the link directly to the product. Huge thanks to them for sending one over. That was very, very cool of them. There's a chance that they might send another one for a giveaway in the future, or maybe they already did and it's in the giveaway box and I just didn't see it the other day. I'm not totally sure. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, it's obviously like a person that's running this. So support them, man. They made something really cool, and it's super convenient and super handy. And so if you have an extra couple of bucks, support people that make cool stuff in the hobby, yo. It's people helping people, right? They have them in a bunch of different colors: purple, aquamarine, pink, and blue. Looks like if you wait, you can get it in clear or yellow pink as well. Or just shoot them a message, and I'm sure you can ask them for a specific color. And they'll probably hook you up, because the color just comes from the 3D printed piece around the outside and this piece of acrylic that's in the front here. So it shouldn't be. The color does not come from the PDB itself. So yeah, very cool little product. I dig it. And I mean, anybody that puts a picture of their out of focus cat in the frame is okay by me. Come on now. You can't tell me that this beautiful little black and white kitty doesn't make you want to buy the Squid stick. And if you can tell me that, then you're a monster. Squid stick will not call you a monster. They're a nice company. Thank you, friends. As you can tell, I am exhausted. I'm punch drunk making silly jokes. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. My gig tomorrow will not affect tomorrow night's live stream. Latest that I'll get started there is like 4. I can't imagine I'll get out of there anywhere after like 6. So yeah, tomorrow night's stream will be at 10 o'clock Eastern, as they all are on Monday nights. So I'll see you then. I don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe, yeah, I don't know what we'll do. Maybe we'll work on the Grinderino, perhaps. What do you guys want to see me do? Go onto the Discord and go into Livestream Live or General. Tag me and tell me what you want to see me do on tomorrow night's live stream, because I do not. I usually have like an idea or two. But I can't think of anything right now. The Grinderino needs more time and effort. I do need to fix a VTX antenna on a 5-inch rig if for some reason you want to see how I mount my antenna, how I prep the antenna, all that good stuff. We could do that. It's on the rig with the Velox V3s. I want to put more batteries through those motors to see if they're durable, but I want to swap out the antenna first. I'm gonna save the Tiny Whoop work for Wednesday, and yeah, I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff on the in the IKEA cube here that needs work. There's actually a racing rig that needs to get built. My frames are over there, but there's a 2-inch ripsqueak that does need to get built. There's the Joshua Bardwell QAVS with all the LEDs on it that needs to get built. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. Let me know. If a bunch of you want the same thing, let me know. Off Axis says that long range edit is done. Check it out later today. Very cool. Everybody go subscribe to Off Axis or I'll attack you. He puts up awesome stuff and he's a cool dude. So do it. I'll see you guys tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Be good, my friends. Here comes a little bit more flying from Atlanta Autos earlier today. Let me throw some music down here. And love you. Bye. Later, friends. Why is that not working? There it goes. There it goes. Later, bye!